Have you ever found yourself standing on the brink of something extraordinary? An opportunity shimmering like a beacon, a life-changing project unfolding before your eyes, or the promise of a deep, soul-stirring relationship, only to be suddenly gripped by an invisible force? Imagine being at the threshold of your dream, your hand inches away from turning the key that unlocks a future filled with promise, and then, in that critical moment, you freeze. What if I told you that this inexplicable hesitation is not just a momentary lapse but a signal from deep within? A signal of self-sabotage at work. Today, we're diving headfirst into the realm of self-sabotage. This is not a story about mere procrastination or a lack of discipline. No, it's a profound journey into the hidden corridors of our inner world, where ancient wounds and unspoken fears shape our every action. According to the timeless insights of Carl Jung, the roots of self-sabotage lie deep in the mysterious, often overlooked layers of our unconscious mind. But before we dive deeper into this, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to take a ride through this journey. The unconscious. A secret world within. Picture the unconscious mind as a vast, hidden ocean, a repository for every memory, emotion, and belief that you've ever experienced. It's the place where your earliest memories reside, where the echoes of childhood laughter and the sting of past rejections intermingle. This hidden realm stores not only the bright moments of joy but also the shadows of pain, the repressed dreams, and the unspoken fears. Our conscious mind, the part we are actively aware of, is merely the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lies an immense world that influences our choices, our behaviors, and ultimately, our destiny. When our daily actions seem to contradict our deepest desires, it's often because a silent war is being waged within. Our conscious goals, those bright aspirations we set for ourselves, clash with the unresolved conflicts and fears that lurk in the recesses of our unconscious. Imagine trying to build a magnificent castle while a hidden saboteur pulls the foundation from beneath your feet. That saboteur is the product of past hurts, old wounds, and deeply ingrained beliefs that whisper, "You are not enough," or "Success will only bring pain." The shadow. Embracing the darkness. Carl Jung introduced us to the concept of the shadow, a term that might sound foreboding at first, but is actually one of the most liberating ideas in psychology. The shadow represents all the parts of ourselves that we've rejected or pushed aside because they seem too imperfect, too painful, or too unacceptable to face. It's the collection of emotions, impulses, and memories we would rather ignore. But here's the truth. The shadow is not our enemy. It is an integral part of who we are, a reservoir of untapped power and creativity waiting to be acknowledged. Think of the shadow as a neglected garden. For years, we have allowed the wild, overgrown weeds of suppressed anger, jealousy, and fear to flourish unchecked. The more we try to ignore them, the more they take root and dominate our inner landscape. Jung famously said, "What you resist, persists." In other words, the more you fight against the parts of yourself that you deem unacceptable, the stronger they become, sneaking back into your life at the most inconvenient moments. The battle with self-sabotage. A tale of two worlds. Now, imagine this internal battle as a dramatic tug-of-war. On one side, you have your conscious self, the rational, goal-driven part that yearns for success, fulfillment, and joy. On the other side, there's the unconscious self, where unresolved pain, hidden insecurities, and deeply rooted fears reside. When these two forces are out of balance, self-sabotage takes center stage. You might find yourself repeatedly thwarting your own progress, setting ambitious goals only to abandon them at the first sign of difficulty, or hesitating when the opportunity to shine appears at your doorstep. Have you ever set out to achieve something great, only to notice a familiar pattern emerging? Perhaps every time you're on the verge of a breakthrough, an unexpected doubt creeps in. Maybe you start a project with zeal, only to later succumb to procrastination, leaving your dreams unfinished. These recurring patterns aren't coincidences. They're powerful messages from your inner world, urging you to confront the conflicts that lie beneath. Individuation. The path to wholeness. So, how do we break free from this internal stalemate? The answer lies in a transformative process that Jung called individuation. Individuation is the lifelong journey of becoming whole by integrating the various aspects of your psyche, the light and the dark, the known and the unknown. It's about recognizing that every part of you has value and that true growth occurs when you embrace the totality of your being. To embark on this path, you must first cultivate awareness. This means observing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. Notice the moments when you hesitate, when self-doubt rears its head, or when you inexplicably push away opportunities. By paying close attention to these patterns, you can begin to decipher the messages encoded within them. For example, consider a time when you avoided taking a risk because you feared failure. Was that fear a remnant of an old experience? Perhaps a memory of being criticized as a child, or a time when you felt unworthy of success. By gently probing these memories, you can start to understand the origins of your self-imposed limitations. It is in these quiet moments of reflection that the journey to wholeness begins. Engaging with your inner world. Tools and techniques. Let's explore some powerful techniques that can help you engage with your inner world and dismantle the barriers of self-sabotage. Active imagination. Imagine sitting in a quiet room, free from distractions. Close your eyes and invite your unconscious to speak. Visualize a dialogue unfolding between your conscious self and the hidden parts of your psyche. What images emerge? What feelings arise? Through creative expression, be it drawing, writing, or simply meditating, you can begin to bridge the gap between your inner worlds. This practice is like opening a long sealed door to reveal the vibrant, sometimes messy, but ultimately transformative landscape that lies beyond. Dream analysis. Dreams are the language of the unconscious. Every night, as you slip into sleep, your mind weaves narratives filled with symbolism and hidden messages. By keeping a dream journal and noting recurring themes, images, or emotions, you can start to decode these nocturnal messages. Ask yourself, what is this dream trying to tell me? The insights you gather can shine a light on unresolved issues and guide you toward healing. Journaling. Writing is a powerful tool for self-exploration. Dedicate time each day to reflect on your experiences, thoughts, and emotions. Write without censorship. Let the words flow freely. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns emerge, revealing the subtle ways in which your past influences your present. Journaling can be a safe space for unraveling the knots of suppressed emotions, allowing you to process and ultimately integrate them into your sense of self. Mindfulness and meditation. Incorporating mindfulness practices into your daily routine can help you stay grounded and present. Meditation allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting entangled in them. This practice creates a buffer between stimulus and response, enabling you to respond to challenges with clarity and calm rather than falling into old patterns of self-sabotage. Creative expression. Whether it's painting, dancing, or composing music, engaging in creative activities offers a direct line to your unconscious. Creative expression is a form of dialogue with your inner self. It transforms abstract emotions into tangible art. This process not only provides relief but also reveals insights that might be hidden in words alone. The role of complexes. Unraveling the knots of the past. A central element in the dance between our conscious and unconscious selves is the formation of complexes. Complexes are clusters of deeply embedded emotions, memories, and beliefs that form around significant experiences, often during childhood. For instance, imagine growing up in an environment where criticism was the norm. Each critical remark might have woven a thread into a complex around your sense of worth. Over time, this complex can manifest as a paralyzing fear of failure or a persistent feeling that you're never good enough. When these complexes dominate your inner dialogue, they create a self-fulfilling prophecy. You may unconsciously sabotage your efforts to succeed because, deep down, you believe that you're destined to fail. The key to breaking free is to identify these complexes, confront them, and slowly unravel the knots that tie you down. This process requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to face the raw truths of your past. Holding the tension of opposites. Embracing paradox. One of the most transformative concepts in Jungian psychology is the ability to hold the tension of opposites. Life is rarely as simple as black and white. Often, you might feel an intense desire for success while simultaneously dreading the responsibilities that come with it. Or perhaps you crave deep intimacy but fear vulnerability with every fiber of your being. Instead of forcing these opposing forces into submission, allow them to coexist. Embrace the paradox. Recognize that these conflicting emotions are both valid and essential parts of your humanity. By holding this tension, you create space for a third, deeper resolution to emerge. This is not about choosing one extreme over the other. It's about finding a synthesis that honors the complexity of your experience. This balanced approach can lead to creative breakthroughs and a more integrated sense of self. Connecting with the greater self. The spiritual dimension. Beyond the individual psyche lies a realm of interconnectedness, a spiritual dimension that offers profound insight and guidance. Many of the world's spiritual traditions speak of connecting with a higher self, a universal consciousness that transcends individual experience. In Jungian terms, this is sometimes referred to as the self, with a capital S, representing the totality of your being, the union of the conscious and unconscious, the light and the dark. Nurturing this connection can be a powerful antidote to self-sabotage. When you align with your true essence, you tap into an inner wisdom that helps you navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Practices such as meditation, contemplation, or simply spending time in nature can facilitate this connection. When you feel this oneness, the nagging voice of self-doubt begins to quiet, replaced by a steady inner guidance that propels you toward authenticity and fulfillment. Putting it all into practice. Taking action. While understanding these concepts is vital, transformation ultimately comes through action. Recognize that every journey begins with a single, deliberate step. Start by setting small, achievable goals, tiny actions that push you gently out of your comfort zone. For instance, if procrastination has long been your shadow, commit to working on a task for just 10 minutes before allowing yourself a break. Over time, these micro-actions accumulate, building momentum that can dismantle the old patterns of self-sabotage. It's also crucial to cultivate self-compassion along the way. Remember that change is rarely linear. There will be moments of setback and times when old habits resurface. Instead of berating yourself for these moments, treat them as valuable lessons, a reminder that growth is a continuous process. Each stumble is an opportunity to learn, to adjust your approach, and to emerge stronger and more resilient than before. A call to explore, questioning, reflecting, transforming. As you progress on this path, maintain an attitude of inquisitiveness. Ask yourself the hard questions. What fears am I clinging to? What beliefs, forged in the fires of my past, continue to hold me back? This inquiry is not meant to evoke judgment or self-criticism. It's a gentle, courageous quest for understanding. With each question you ask, you peel back another layer of conditioning, revealing the raw, authentic core of your being. And with each revelation, you take one step closer to true liberation. Imagine a life where the internal battles have faded into a harmonious symphony. A life where the fears that once dictated your every move are now understood, embraced, and transformed into sources of strength. Picture waking each day with an unwavering sense of clarity, confidence, and purpose, where every action is a deliberate expression of your truest self. That life is not an unreachable fantasy. It is an achievable reality awaiting those who dare to journey within. The power of community. Finding support along the way. No journey of transformation is meant to be undertaken in isolation. As you navigate the labyrinth of your inner world, consider seeking connection with others who are on a similar path. Whether it's joining a supportive community, engaging in group therapy, or simply sharing your experiences with trusted friends, having a network can provide invaluable perspective and encouragement. Remember, vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the very essence of being human. When you open up and share your struggles, you invite others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of healing and growth. The journey continues, embracing a lifelong process. In the end, the journey to overcome self-sabotage is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong process, a constant evolution of becoming, learning, and transforming. It is a dance between embracing the past, understanding the present, and courageously stepping into the future. Every day presents a new opportunity to align more closely with your authentic self, to integrate the light and the shadow, and to rewrite the narrative that has long defined your life. So, as you stand at the crossroads today, I invite you to choose the path of transformation. Look deep within, confront the shadows, and allow the brilliance of your inner light to guide you. Ask yourself, am I ready to break free from the chains of self-sabotage? Am I prepared to embrace every facet of my being and step boldly into a future defined by purpose, authenticity, and unbridled potential? The answer lies within you, waiting to be awakened by your courage and your willingness to take that first step. Trust the process, trust your inner wisdom, and above all, trust in yourself. Thank you for embarking on this deep dive into the realms of the unconscious, the shadow, and the transformative process of individuation. Remember, the power to overcome self-sabotage and to create a life filled with meaning and fulfillment is already within your grasp. All it takes is the bravery to look inside, the strength to face your fears, and the determination to step into the light of your true self. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep growing. Your journey toward wholeness is unfolding with every moment of introspection and action. Embrace each day as a new opportunity to transform, and know that every step, no matter how small, is a triumph over the forces that once held you back. Now, as you prepare to move forward, let these words echo in your heart. You are worthy, you are capable, and you hold the power to change your destiny. The journey ahead might be challenging, but it is also filled with immeasurable beauty and potential. With every moment of self-discovery, you are writing a new chapter, one of courage, authenticity, and boundless possibility. Step forward with conviction, and let your inner light shine brighter than ever before. The time is now. The journey is yours. Embrace it, and transform your life from the inside out.